I'm thinking about something now that I've never thought about before in my life, but it is quite important in life, and I don't know why it hasn't crossed my mind before. What it is I'm thinking about countries on Earth, all the countries on Earth, and I'm thinking about how these countries run, how they manage their services, and how they manage their health system and the tax system and laws, every aspect of running a country. When I think about it, it's incredibly difficult to run a country. And I'm amazed actually that so many countries around the world manage it. Britain, where I live, makes a very good job of how it runs its business, how it runs government, how it makes services work, and education, and taxation, and military, and everything. Every aspect of running a country is just phenomenal. I'm so surprised that so many countries around the world are able to function. I mean, how does a country like Cambodia or Kazakhstan or Iraq, how do they run their health systems and their legal systems and their council tax and services and medical system? It just defies belief how so many countries around the world are able to function and run all of the businesses that a country has to take care of. It's just very surprising that so many countries have managed to function around the world. I really can't understand it. How does Uzbekistan or Liberia or Afghanistan, how do these places run their council tax system? Do they even have council tax? Do they have taxation and employment law and medical services and ambulance and fire service? I mean, I do praise Britain for how it's done and how it manages its business. But obviously, all the countries around the world have to manage their affairs somehow. But I just can't imagine that Madagascar or Liberia or Iran, I can't imagine that these countries run their affairs in an orderly way, in an effective way. I can't imagine so many of these places. How do they have a good legal system or a good medical system? Are there good hospitals in Liberia? Does Afghanistan have a good fire service? It's hard to imagine that so many places around the world are able to function properly, because I'm realizing that it is incredibly difficult to run a country. There are so many parts to running a country effectively. And so I don't actually understand how so many countries around the world are able to do it. I know that Britain has been through a lot of struggle to achieve effective operation. An awful lot of trouble and war and strife and difficulty to be able to be functional as we are today. But so many countries, I just can't imagine how these countries can run their business. How can they run their health systems and their fire service and their legal services? I just can't imagine it working well. It's just incredibly difficult to run a country. And I'm very surprised that so many countries around the world manage their business. Now, obviously, I'm being very very favourable towards Britain, and that's quite harsh on many other countries. But so many other countries around the world don't have effective education systems and effective legal systems and health systems and fire service and police service and the legal system. All of it is just incredibly complex. And how so many countries manage to do it really defies belief. It's incredible that it works. I'm surprised that the world functions as well as it does. I've never looked at any of these countries in any detail, but I can't imagine that they would run their business very well. Yet, many countries around the world get on with living, and although I praise Britain very much, I'm not being fair possibly to many other countries out there, but I just can't imagine that they're running their business effectively, because running a country is a very difficult business.